The smell of oil paint and aged varnish hangs heavy in the air of the Metropolitan Museum's darkened halls, where I work the midnight shift. Most guards hate the isolation, but I've always found comfort in the silent company of centuries of artistic masterpieces. At least I used to. It started 3 weeks ago. I was making my usual rounds when something caught my eye in Rembrandt's The Night Watch. One of the central figures had turned his head, ever so slightly, watching me pass. I dismissed it as a trick of my flashlight's beam, but deep down, I knew better. Each night brought subtle changes, a smile where there wasn't one before, an empty chair that had been occupied the previous evening, a stormy sky clearing to reveal a blood-red moon. I started documenting everything, taking photos with my phone, but the images always showed the paintings in their original form. Last week, I noticed the subjects in different paintings beginning to interact. The woman from Whistler's portrait would appear in the background of Degas' ballet studio. The fruit from a still life would show up in a landscape, rotting on distant hills. The boundaries between frames were dissolving. I requested a transfer, but my supervisor insisted I finish the month. Now I understand why she had that strange painted-on smile, why her skin seemed to glisten like fresh oils. Tonight is different. The paintings are no longer subtle about their transformations. As I walk the corridors, the subjects track my movement openly, their heads turning with mechanical precision. Some step forward in their frames, pressing against the canvas like it's a membrane about to burst. The portraits have abandoned their poses entirely, gathering at the edges of their frames, whispering to each other with mouths that move like cracking paint. I try to run, but the exit signs lead me in circles. The hallways stretch and distort like a warped canvas. Every window I pass shows the same scene. A perfect recreation of the museum's exterior, painted in the unmistakable style of Edward Hopper. My flashlight dies, but the paintings glow with their own inner light now. I hear the soft sound of brushstrokes behind me, getting closer. The air thickens with the smell of fresh paint and turpentine. When I touch my face, my fingers come away wet with oils. The night gallery has chosen its newest masterpiece. As I feel the colors seeping into my skin, I realize why we never found the previous night guard. He's there, in the corner of a landscape, forever walking his rounds through an eternal painted night. Tomorrow, they'll find my uniform, empty, draped over a bench. And in the modern wing, there will be a new piece, a hyper-realistic portrait of a security guard, eyes wide with terror, eternally watching the visitors who pass by his frame.